Okay, welcome to ETN News. We have an earthquake building, and we'll look at that here in a moment. All right, now this is Hawaii down on the slump, 2.3, 1.1 miles deep. You can see how it comes across through there, which this is connecting, and I think it's going to be bigger than just this when it does come down. But anyway, over here is Alaska, up here up north, 3.0, east southeast of Red Dog Mine. Now look at this fault, how it comes around. It comes around, I've showed this a few times, it comes around, it can either go right through here or down this direction, right onto the same fault. Where does that fault lead? It goes right on down through here and through Canada, Yellowstone. It's not good when we have activity on that big fault up through there, because if movement's going on up through here, it's going to put pressure down here. Okay, let's check something else out. All right, we got movement coming, but anyway, let's check around Nevada. 2.0 Goldfield, 4.8 miles deep. Around Beatty, nothing around Indian Springs or around Lake Mead. Right here, Las Vegas, future quake. Over here, it's in this area right here. I don't know exactly what spot, but the way everything's around New York, looks like it's around New York somewhere. Maybe off the coast, maybe on the coast. Can't tell. But we had a 2.3 in west-northwest of Resica, Georgia, 5.8 miles deep. Resica, I don't know how they pronounce that. Around Edmond, Oklahoma, got that swarm going where the crust is cracked, and it's cracked down here also. So it makes it go different directions than what it used to do. So that's the reason we're having new quakes in new areas down that way. All right, we don't have much going on this part, except for a larger quake on the way. And here's the one over toward the east, just Georgia, still yet. Thought I'd check it again real quick. And Canada, what they're reported shaking. A lot of shaking goes on through this area. And Wisconsin, 44 minutes ago, reported shaking. They just won't tell what size. All right, now let's go check out something else. This is the tsunami stations. Keep riding over here, California. This is very important. Once it hits, it's done too late. You can't turn back time and say, well, it wouldn't hurt to write one letter. I mean, if it don't work, it don't work. If it does work, then hey, that's great. You know, you gotta take a chance sometime. You know, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But one letter. Just write one letter to your Congress for California. Has to go for your Congress and the White House. But write a letter to those. They're hitting my channel hard because of that. But anyway, let's go look at the firm's fire map and see what's going on. Now on the firm's fire map, we're going to take a quick review of the anomalies, just the real dark red. You can watch them move across the plate. And we'll go back to, that's the 5th of May, 2024. And we got on the 6th, moved over. We're just reviewing. 7th, it's right through here, and then here comes another one. This area right here is one starting up and over through here. But we got some big storms going on over that way too. And let's check this. You see this is the 8th. See it right here, and you can see it clogging up there and getting thicker. go to the 9th. And that's today. It's going a lot slower than it used to. If you remember and you followed me, you could watch these. Every image would take it from here all the way over into this area or over here. Now, this is the reason we watch this. It's going slower. Slower means more heat under the surface because it's heating up a lot longer before it moves to the next area. So that's drying out the water from under the crust. That's caused by mostly solar flares, the energy that pulls the moisture from the earth. What causes that? The sun has to have something wrong with it to cause all that, to, all the effects. And we know what's going on with the sun. All right. Look at the storms. We got pretty good sized storms going through Georgia, off the coast into South Carolina. Just coming out of Alabama. And Arkansas, getting ready to get some heavy rain. Let's hope that we don't get a lot of tornadoes out of them. None, no tornadoes. But I hope not a lot. If it does, I hope it's not in a residential area. These fires, we got a few over here, but north of North Korea, down here's North Korea, and we got these fires in, it's not normal, the pattern. 16,000 acres, 21,000, 22, 24, 68, 15, 17, and 22. Something must be going on right here around that area for that to happen like that. I mean, no one could even go around and set fires that fast. This one up here is 15,000 acres. Got a few in Africa, 24,000 and 14,000 acres, 16,000 acres. Mexico, 19,000. Got quite a few in here too. 17, 18, and 19. 18 and 14. That's a lot of acres to be burning at one time. The storms up through here too, they're pretty strong. Missed us. We got a little bit of it. Rainy for the last couple of days, but up through Pennsylvania is getting hit around up toward London, places like that. And we only got one storm out in the ocean that keeps zigzagging, and that's out from Papua New Guinea. All right, we got another earthquake building off the coast. I don't know where that earthquake went. We're looking for a 7+. We always see it unless we see an eruption. Every time we didn't see the 7+ that we seen coming, if you follow me, we would see an eruption or something bad occur. Like split in Iceland, something like that, Iceland splitting. You got to see some kind of effects. Where did it go? Where is it at? We seen 2.6s or something like that. And we didn't see any 7+ over here. The last time we saw that happen, it happened like 3 times, and then it hit the fan right after that. Let's see what happens, because we're not seeing that. And now, it looks like by tomorrow, it should be built up to a 6.0 or greater, and it may build up on even bigger. Over this way. Got to watch this area. It's pushing over here. This is the most stress. When you see the activity where it pushes up against it, it pushes against the Cascadia. Cascadia shows stress. When the Cascadia shows stress, then this is also stressed. Over here is a little weaker than the Cascadia and down through here. So it gives over here first before it does over here. But once it locks up tight over on this side, and that's what we're watching for now, as long as the activity keeps going around, and hopefully it's all off the coast. I don't want no one hitting no earthquake. As long as the activity's going, it's not that bad. But once it locks, and it can't go no farther, and it jams up, land jams up against land, then this here will have to give. That's when we'll most likely see that quake. And where I'm doing a movie, I let my fingernails grow out for about over a month. And it was amazing how long they growed in a month's time. I was glad to get those off during the movie, but they just growed so much. So even though it's that far, when you're looking at a big span of, a big piece of land that goes all the way down, and it's moving like your fingernail grows about the same speed, then when you got it crushing here, it'll be empty up through here, and it'll hit one spot in one certain spot. Then it builds up on that spot, like a chunk sticking out. And then this here would be moving in. Not this really, just an example. Just act like, this is a mountain and this is a ridge coming out. It would push on this, and then it would break loose and bust. And then crush into the other one once it gets enough pressure on it. So, you got to watch. When this stops moving over here, and that's what we got to keep an eye on, when it stops, this starts giving. We need those tsunami station buoys on that side, because when this starts giving, it's going to be a mess. And then you got down here around Los Angeles and places we don't have anything. In the past, we had some large quakes down through here. Why isn't the biggest state, it's the biggest state, looks like the biggest state. Texas is pretty big once you spread it out, but California is a big state. It's like West Virginia put together like 4 times, or maybe 5. Why hasn't this got any tsunami stations? And all these faults, if you could see them good down in here, you got these faults that come down. They all go over toward Hawaii, spread out, come down toward Hawaii Islands. You come back across. This comes down south around California and the Gulf, spreads out. This is fault lines. This fault line's coming through here. This one comes right around Los Angeles. Looks like it curves. They don't show you that fault line, but it's got it. And on the earthquakes, when you're over here, if you follow my channel, I showed it so many times, it had to prove it. I mean, people would think, well, the earthquakes is coming down these little ridges and just hitting one here and one here and one here. Well, we followed it for weeks just to prove it. The earthquakes came right off the Cascadia, right through this direction, right down through here, and went right around Lake Tahoe, and then it came right over this way and right down through the valley. And we followed them around till they got to Gofield, Beatty, Indian Springs. Next is Las Vegas. And we already had activity over here. It's a bad spot. Well, I'll see you all in the next updates. Everybody stay safe. And, like I said, it's building again, but, all the pressure's been going over this way. But when it stops over here, when it quits pushing, it's got to jam up somewhere. Even if it jams up like on a big ridge, like a circle, and it jams up, it'll start crushing it, start having earthquakes, and then when it gets completely stuck, something has to give. I mean, it's common sense. You know that, and I know that. It has to give somewhere. That's why we watch all this so close about these earthquakes. This right here will give when it locks up on the other side. All right, I'll see you next time. Like I said, everybody stay safe, and we'll be watching.